Hi, good day yesterday for followers of footballtradingprofits.com. Let's go and work backwards. Here, Blackpool. I think Crawley are taking a 2-0 lead. Opening match of the season, Blackpool were the favourite. Laid Crawley and backed Blackpool at 14.5. This occurred, I think, when Blackpool got a goal back. Now, the timing of the goal suggested they might not score that second, so you could get out with a break even. And don't be shy. Not everything's going to end in a profit, but if you can limit your liability properly, you'll be okay. So we're working backwards here. This is an excellent return
This
for Ross
market has
County.
been suspended.
A last-second equaliser. Now, this was full of doubt. +1 for Ross County was edging towards 3.00, which relative to the market is very high indeed, and also suggests that the market hasn't got any confidence in a Ross County equaliser. Dundee United, newly promoted as well. Ross County, very late goal to get that 1-1, and I cashed out for a £69 profit on the +1 market, minus my insurance premium. That was the biggest winner of the day. So as you can see there, that's the green screen. Excellent stuff. A laying of Dender late on, newly promoted in the Belgian Jupiler League. Very low liability. Winning 2-1 and then 3-1. Really brilliant start to the season for Dender. Newly promoted side could be finding this league very much to their liking. So let's work backwards. East Fife, a quite simple matter of laying the draw. I thought 3.3 for a 0-0 at half time, or to lay the draw second half with a 1.27, I think it was. Home favourite. Very good. And their in-play stats were impeccable as well, East Fife. I know it's Scottish League 2. It's not the greatest league in the world, but there was a degree of liquidity to lay the draw at 3.3. As soon as East Fife score, the draw odds rise to double figures. I got out, as you can see, at 65 for a near 100% return. Good stuff. That was the original Ross County +1 you saw, which was turned into a nice profit. And that's the lay of the draw, East Fife. As you can see, that turned into a nice profit as well. I tend to leave a fixed liability on the draw. That's just the way I do it personally. I know it's a big liability if the draw doesn't come in, but you can always cash out a predetermined amount. This was a late back of Ross County at 11s. Ross County were dominating the first half. This was a half-time back of Ross County, just in case they got the goal, which they thoroughly deserved, to be honest, in the first half, but that ended 0-0. Into +1 against Oulu. We actually got an insurance premium out of this one. It ended with a win to Oulu, but I didn't lose any money. We've got a special technique of breaking even. Laying Oxford United later on. Why? Like Dender, newly promoted, leading 2-0 against Norwich. Well worth doing, but an excellent opening gambit for the newly promoted side to the English Championship. Brilliant performance. And another low liability lay of Elversberg against FC Köln. Well worth doing. Köln, newly relegated, did a good performance, but they didn't quite cross the line there. I think this was at 2-2 for Köln, having to come back twice, I believe, in this match. Leeds, in the match odds, didn't quite get through, but we did get a break even at the 2-2 for Leeds. So I didn't quite show you that screenshot in the end. I thought I did, but it didn't save. So some good stuff yesterday. There are quite a few other trades which I missed out. So let's have a quick walk through here. Did lay the late draw, Feyenoord and Willems Way. Newly promoted Willems Way. New manager Feyenoord. It's going to have to do something, this new manager, because that was an atrocious start to the season. Could be down to European fixtures. This is a pre and post European weekend. So let's just look at the ones that I starred initially. quite a few matches of potential interest yesterday. Red Bull did come from behind, but by the time I was looking at the market, they'd already scored. It's one of those, get your violins out. Oh dear. Unison Gilwa, well, Westerlo, very impressive opening start to the season. European club competition, I think Champions League for Unison Gilwa. No wonder they're losing. Anderlecht, well, they'll be disappointed not to get the win after a really good start to their season as well. Czech Republic, one I missed. Bohemians taking the lead. Sparta Prague equalising quickly and moving on to get the win. Didn't quite get there in time. I think they got the equaliser before half-time, which was a pity. Odense continued to impress me this season. Should have really laid the draw second half, given their goal-scoring abilities in prior matches. Getting a 63rd minute goal would have produced a nice profit. English Championship, watching brief more than anything yesterday. A couple of matches throughout the English leagues which got an early 2-0 lead. I think Watford was one of them. Really good comeback from Millwall to make it 2-2, and then they were done late on. Leeds, where we did get the quick equaliser at 2-2 to giving you a green screen immediately here, but they didn't go on and make it 3-2. I missed this one completely. Very quick response. Something is up at Leeds. Pompey newly promoted. Leeds are going to have to sort this defence out. It was woeful. This was Oxford, newly promoted. Well worth laying late on, as you saw. And in English League One, I don't think there was much for me to do yesterday. This was the Crawley-Blackpool match. 2-0 lead for Crawley. Blackpool did get a goal back to get you at least a break-even or a marginal gain if you didn't want to wait for the 2-2. Not much else doing. More of a watching brief than anything yesterday. Good to see Wrexham moving up the leagues and still winning comfortably with Ryan Reynolds, squillions behind them. Nothing much doing for me in English League Two. Again, more of a watching brief there yesterday. Man City Man U, arguably you could have laid a Man U lead. I did suggest that initially, but it's a big derby. I don't like playing these. But you could have got the City equaliser yet again. Is it Bernardo getting the goal. Bundesliga 2, not much doing there yesterday. This was the Köln match. They got the late equaliser. Newly promoted, so well worth being on your side. And yet again, all bar one of the odds-on favourites winning in the Coppa Italia yesterday. VV Venlo, I think there was a Den Haag red card, but it hasn't shown up here. Yes, it is Van der Sloot. So you could have taken that red card on for Den Haag. Bodo Glimt, pre and post Champions League, I believe it is for them. So no wonder they're distracted this weekend. That's what you've got to be very, very careful with. Moving on down. Good result for Porto, as befits their odds. 0-0 at half-time. Oh no, it's 1-0 after 30 minutes. 1.18, 20-minute rule. If it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, 1-0, 2-0, any unquoted half-time score market for these shorties tends to pick up a few quid. Rangers, I was a bit gutted I didn't put forward a lay of Rangers initially at this 1-0. Why? Just because it's pre and post European club competition for them. And we would have got a quick response. But all the work was done first half. This was a lovely late Ross County equaliser. That's what you want when you've done a +1, 95th minute. No way to get out of that one. Dundee FC will be delighted with that win against Hearts, who were third best side last season. Elsewhere, young boys I still can't read, I'm afraid. So despite equalising and then going on and leading, as you can see, something is up at young boys. That was an own goal. I don't know what's up with them. It could be, again, European club competition for them, but this is woeful. This is not what you expect of the young boys this season. A couple of 2-2 draws, 4-0 loss and a 3-1 loss, and then a 1-2 loss to a newly promoted side. Something is up with the young boys, normally ultra reliable. Fenerbahce, well, this is a typical special one scoreline, isn't it? Not what you expect of a 1.18 favourite. Is this what they're going to have to be dealing with? Yellow card for Mourinho. Edin Dzeko getting the goal. This is not really what you want. But again, it's pre and post European club competition, so they will take it. You're going to see underperformances in this particular week from sides who have an upcoming Champions League, Europa League or Europa Conference League engagement. Looking on to today, and we'll see what's up and about. More Eredivisie leagues games starting, so the research is pretty redundant. Ajax have been involved in Europe, and they've got a 2-2 against PAOK, I believe it is, or a slight win against PAOK in the last match. So they could be distracted today. Watch out. You saw Feyenoord, you saw Fenerbahce just crossing the line at very short odds. That's what you expect at this particular weekend. Austrian Bundesliga, I will be following on your behalf, 4 o'clock. A couple of odds on favourites there. Season is still getting going. Belgian Jupiler League, 2 odds on favourites at home. Antwerp and Cercle Brugge. Cercle Brugge playing newly promoted Beerschot. Now, Beerschot haven't been as effective as Dender have been. So we could have a good result for Cercle Brugge today. Moving on down. Probably Croatia next. HNL1 League. So I'll be following that for you. And the Czech 1 League. But we had all the fun teams out yesterday. The Spartas and the Slavias. Got Paul's odds on favourite at home. We've got 3 odds on favourites at home as well today. In a season which is still young as well. So in-play stats will play an important part today at 4 o'clock. Denmark probably next. Or no, Croatia, Danish Super League next. Brøndby, usual reliables. Copenhagen have been excellent. But please remember, pre and post European club competition for these two as well. Particularly when you're away from home, it can produce some concern. 2 odds on favourites at home in Nordland and Randers. I will pay attention to the first division as well. Egypt, no. English Championship, Sheffield Wednesday against Plymouth. The Owls are playing Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. Wayne Rooney, football genius, got Birmingham relegated. Wherever he's gone, he's left a complete mayhem. Arsenal Leo, Emirates Cup, bit of a friendly. But are we going to see a first 11 for the Ars so near to the start of the season next week? Finnish Veikkausliiga, Ilves and KUPS. Again, European club competition for KUPS. They have been distracted. They've been losing matches and dropping points. Very unexpected. But this is the lure of the Champions League, you see. Bundesliga 2, well worth monitoring. One of our secondary leagues. Excellent stats as well as the season progresses. It's going to be a very readable league and liquid enough on Betfair as well. Next, Irish Premier Division. Shamrock Rovers stand out here today against Galway. No standout names in the Israeli Toto Cup, but I'll keep an eye on it. Coppa Italia, odds on favourites keep delivering, all by 1 match so far in the last 2 days. The odds on favourites come in. So watch out for Parma and Torino today. So near to the beginning of the season, you'll expect them to be competitive, these teams. They want to get a proper competitive match under their belts. Eredivisie, opening match of the season for these two. Norwegian Elite Serien, not a very strong coupon, is it? 2.25, 2.45, 2.25. As Les Dennis would say. A couple of odds on favourites in the Obosligen, worthy of our attention, but we've got to have an in-play stats gauge there as well, because it's a very unreliable league. Polish Ekstraklasa, we get some interest as well, particularly Legia Warsaw, familiar name. Polish First Division as well, just in case. So as you can see, plenty of football today. La Liga Portugal, we had a couple of the big guns already playing, but Benfica out today. Must win, given Porto and Sporting Lisbon have already won. Similar story for Braga. They're going to have a title push this season. Braga, I think, involved in European club competition as well, so watch out for them today. Scottish Premier League, Celtic away at Hibs. Aberdeen odds on at home, Kilmarnock odds on at home as well. So good coupon, but very little to get our teeth into. Swedish Allsvenskan, keep an eye on AIK and Elfsborg. Probably not going to be playing this Superettan match. 2.4 the favourite in such a lowly league. No, thank you. The Swiss Super League, St. Gallen, Servette, and Zurich odds on. With young boys faltering, the title could be open this season. So pretty much a strong incentive for these teams to start winning where young boys are dropping points. So let's work our way through. Turkish Super League, Galatasaray getting the win yesterday. Besiktas out today. Ayopspor, Turkish Yorkshireman, managed by Jeffrey Boycott. Nora Batty. It's a formidable force. Compo and Clegg as well on the training staff for Ayopspor. Took great deadly tea bags. Have a cup of tea. Fantastic stuff. They might be vulnerable this season, Turkish Yorkshiremen, but I'm sure Alan Titchmarsh has some strong speeches prepared to get them, the Turkish Yorkshiremen, up and running. As you know, newly promoted can struggle, but they can also thrive like Dender. So a busy day today. I'm just going to star the matches I missed out on, so I'll be prepared for you a bit later on. I'll start with the first trade. I'm not sure when the earliest kickoff is. Got a lot of 4 o'clocks today. German Bundesliga tends to be lunchtime. 12:30, there we go. That will be my starting point with Genk against Club Brugge, which is a derby-style match. Very tough encounter to unpack this one. So that will be my starting point today, 12:30. So I'll see you, footballtradingprofits.com members, 12:30. See if I can get you another 67 quid green screen. That would be very nice indeed. So lots and lots of football, 179 matches of interest. So hopefully we can yield a trade or two. Probably 11:15, make that an earlier start. But 12:30 officially on Telegram. I'll see you there.